All right. We are back. We are here. We are here. I hope everything looks good. I'm not gonna get up and check the camera. Sound a little loud. Let me see. Um, but yeah, everything is good. I hope everything is okay. What's up, every guy? What's up, everyone? I'm Eli, the Marfan homie. Um, for me, it's been a minute. So I don't think I recorded last week. Last week I was preparing to go out of town to my friend's wedding, so applaud to them getting married. My first time in Kansas City, my first time in Missouri, first time in Kansas City. Definitely want to take a trip out to St. Louis and see what's going on there. But Kansas City was good. Home of the Chiefs, go Chiefs. Um, but it turned out well. Everything turned out well. Nothing but happiness and blessings for the new couple joined in holy matrimony. Um, what else? So yeah, let's see. Recap. What's happened since? So I think I mentioned my new setup. I have a new setup for for now. New desk, new this, new that, bam, bam, bam. What else has happened? Not too much else has happened besides going out to driving to Kansas City. Um, what else? I really can't think of anything. I know I should be writing this stuff down, but my main concern is getting the meat of the episode out to you guys. So what's next? How's the month going? Um, Going good. One wedding down, one more wedding to go. Got a wedding in a couple weeks. So that should be good. That should be going well. Not a couple weeks, like 2 weeks. Gonna fly to this one. No driving to this one. This one's in Atlanta, so we'll be out there. Um, how else is the month going? June is going good. Ending down, ending half of the year, ending down the second trimester, second quarter. Things are going well. I don't know. I gotta do better on writing this stuff down. I don't know what else to say. How's work going? Work is going. They like me, they love me, so they don't. But I'm rocking with it either way. It is what it is. So today's episode. Let's just jump into it. Um, okay, so I wrote down some notes for me here. So today's episode is basically revolving around managing your mental health or my mental health while having Marfan syndrome. I guess so to go down this episode, these are just a couple of the things that I do to not seem as stressed about this disorder, disease, syndrome, anything that or any way that you may look at it. These are just some of the things that I do to necessarily cope with if I'm having a down day due to Marfan syndrome or just thinking about myself subconsciously and just thinking like how how I might just don't think of myself as like good enough or anything like that. Um, I tried to like in the most recent years I've just tried to like come up with coping mechanisms or just mechanisms to make me feel better. Like again, everyone wants to feel good. Again, some people eat their feelings, some people work out their feelings, some people punch their feelings, as in boxing and stuff like that. Everyone has an outlet, is what I'm trying to say. And I have various outlets. There's thundering in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but if you can, what can I do? It's a thunderstorm. I can't stop Mother Nature. The only thing I could have done is record on another day. And who wants to do that when Tuesdays are your dedicated day? Um, but yeah, so interview style. So like I said, this is on managing my mental health um, while living with Marfan syndrome. So what does a day to day look like? What does your day to day look like? So my day to day, when it's Monday through Friday, I work on Fridays now. My old job it was Monday to Thursday. However, it is what it is. So my day to day, what does my day to day look like? My day to day is basically gym. I wake up probably around 4 or 5 in the morning. gym, come back, take a shower, relax for like an hour before I start work. I make breakfast, 2 eggs and 2 pieces of toast. I might then be increasing that to 3 eggs. I need more protein. Um, I make probably some either my protein shake or some tea. Sit down at my desk, look at my email, and basically sort through my email. And then again, we all work from home. I might turn on a movie, or turn on a TV show, and watch that while I'm basically going through my work day. So again, I'm blessed enough to have a job that allows me to work from home, and I basically do any and everything that is called on to me for that day. Um, then it's like as soon as my cutoff point hits, usually, so like let's say for today, I woke up. I didn't go to the gym today, unfortunately, but I woke up, made me some breakfast, got behind my desk, sorted through my emails. Today is cooking day, cooking and meal prep day. So after I record this, I'm actually going to the store, get my pickup, and preparing my dinner. And somewhat that actually brings me a little bit of peace because again, I'm in the kitchen with myself. I'm cooking I'm cooking what I like. I'm cooking what I like to eat, and I'm listening or watching to some TV that I like to watch, or listening to some music, or whatever the case may be. Like today, I might rewatch the Apple event or whatever the case may be. Like, again, I'm watching something that brings me joy, that takes my mind off of what might be going on internally, what some news that I may have gotten that probably didn't have to do with Marfan. So again, these are just mechanisms that I do do day to day, no matter the situation. So on my non-cooking days, if I'm not recording or if I'm not editing, I'm honestly sitting on the couch. Some days I might feel a spark to go see how I can make some extra money, some extra income. But other days, I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. I mean, again, I'm sitting behind the desk for 8 hours on end. So I might as well take more time to myself. I've taken some time before, after I get out the gym, after I the shower, I lay down for like an hour. And then after work, I need that same type of decompress mode to release all the stressors of work. It's, again, number one cause for high blood pressure and stuff like that is stress. So therefore, I try not to stress about a lot of different things. So that's probably another thing. As I receive stress, I throw stress out. I can honestly say that I have no room. I want no room for the thing called stress. I'm not a fan, and I will never be a fan of stress. Worry, stress, anything like that. As it comes in, I do my best and my darn hardest to throw it out. So that's sort of what my day to day looks like. Let's say for on the weekends, if we have something planned, we got something planned. I wake up, gym, breakfast, and shower, then get the day started. If we don't have anything planned, gym, breakfast, wake up, either write down some notes about my next podcast, or just honestly research technology that would make my podcast a little bit easier. So my next episode, I actually want to have somebody on here, but I have to research all these technologies to basically make this happen. I found a couple with the help of a friend. However, now I have to choose one, and that's going to be something in itself. So, I do things. I research technology makes me happy, so I research technology. Cars make me happy, so I just go on and look at a car that I'm probably never going to buy or never going to afford. And I just do things like that. Again, I like knowing about those type of things because those are the type of conversations that I like to have with those type of people. So again, it brings me joy. So I just, again, day to day, besides work, I do things that bring me joy. If it's not bringing me joy, I don't do it. How has your day changed over the years? So I would say one major thing over the years, and this is like the past couple of years ago, I used to work out after work, but now I work out before work, and I would say I had more time to decompress or felt better in a decompressed mode when I worked out after work because I would just take my frustration out on the workout equipment. However, now I I watch TV. So I flip. Well, not necessarily flip, but like I used to, I just wake up, get ready for work, and go hop out the door. But now I wake up earlier to work out, to take a shower, to make breakfast, to quote unquote decompress before work, go to work, and then I can decompress and do whatever I wanted, whatever it is I want after. Um, so I would say that's been a major change as far as like using that to help. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Using that or using that technique to basically decompress and just like calm down. So more so I use that time like before work to basically just prepare for like sort of prepared, not to try not to think too much about the stress, the possible stress. But I use that time to just prepare my day, prepare my mind for that day, and basically just say, I can do this. I have no limitations, and again, I go on about my day. Um, so from okay, then it says from adolescence to adult. How has that changed? Major. So from an adolescence, again, now this is more. This is a lot more Marfans on the Marfan tip. As far as adolescence goes, like I wasn't in the gym as a youngster, as a young kid growing up. I wasn't in the gym. So the confidence that I have in myself now definitely wasn't there earlier. So like now, I'm less. Well, back then I was less confident in myself, my ability, my ability to do something physical, my ability to talk to women, everything. Now, I'm still shy. However, I am less subconscious about any of those things because I feel like I built my body to a form that helps me get that boost of confidence that I need to whatever it is that I might want to do. Um, so yeah, so I definitely feeling more confident now, and definitely as the adolescent or as a youngster, like your routine was wake up, go to school, come home, especially if you didn't have any extracurricular activities. That was my routine. I didn't have extracurricular activities. I barely had any friends. So I would wake up, take a shower, go to school, and do it every day. Come back home, do the same thing. Um, Now that I'm older and out of school and second and post school, I have time and to more so basically develop a routine. Um, so now that I've developed a routine that helps with me, just feeling more confident. Basically, as I do those things, like in my routine, I just feel more confident in myself. Period. So like I said, working out has definitely been one of those things that I felt good about incorporating, and yeah, incorporating and just basically using in my everyday to day. Like I don't know, it's really hard to describe this the way that it makes me feel. I just can't help. All right, no singing, but no, it's really different. So I would say that so like the big difference there would be from adolescence to adult would be definitely incorporating my workout, finding a routine, finding a body type that I'm striving for, and basically making my body look that way as much as I can with the quote unquote limitations that I have been confronted with. Um, so yeah. So now, have you coped with having Marfan syndrome? And under that, I said, have I? I have come to grips with the fact that I have Marfan syndrome. I have come to the grips with that this is not something that is reversible. This is something that you're born with. This is something that is quote unquote genetic. Um, I've come to grips with that. However, the deformities that have come along with it I've had a hard time accepting those because those could have been fixed as I was growing up, like my hand, my feet, my chest. Um, those are just some of the things that it could have been prevented. And now that I'm an adult, and a surgery to fix those type of things are much more deadly or deathly, um, to either you or that specific body part. So those are some of the things that quote unquote trip me out every time I think about it. Like, man, I wish there was a procedure for my hand to work 100%. I wish there was a procedure where I didn't have to worry about the blood vessel for my toes being broken just so I wanted to straighten out my toes. My chest, I wish I could still get the procedure now, but they normally said, like, again, with those type of things, with like growing joints and bones, it's best to get those before you stop growing. And at this point, 28, 27, 28, I'm done growing. So if those things pop or break, there's no like, oh, it's gonna grow back or whatever. Which is, I don't know, because again, if you break your bones, your bone grows back. That bone density and marrow grow back and reconnect it. That's what happened when I broke my hand by punching a wall. But that's what happened when I broke my hand. So I don't understand why it can't be the same thing with anything else. But I'm not a doctor. But so to answer the question, I guess I'm a 50-50 or 51-49. Like 51 going for is yes, this is me. It is what it is. 49 on, I still want to fix these things to make me happy or happier. So yeah. And like I said in one of my other episodes, if there was ever an experiment to where they could turn me into Captain America, I will be first in line. If my service and duty is due to the United States of America, so be it. I will have to do what I have to do. But yeah, it is what it is. So from that, the next question is, what are some challenges that you face mentally? So yeah, these are interesting. Let's pick this up. So it says, what are some challenges that you face mentally? So body image is definitely one. So like I said, my chest is not deemed as normal. Nothing that you can see from my exoskeleton, just looking at me, is deemed as normal. So I always, not, I guess I should stop, right? Looking at, I look at like what's normal compared to me. So I go online. You look at what's normal, then there's you. So when it comes to body image, like, oh my gosh, that's how I should look. Like, well, and then again, other people would tell you, no, you look how you're supposed to look. I don't think that way. Like, no, if I didn't have more fans, that's the image that I would be going for. So, how do I face that? I enjoy saying I work out. I enjoy saying I know how to do this exercise. I enjoy saying you will not catch me doing that exercise. However, I do things that would more or less help my body image and help my mental image of what I have of my physical body. Because again, it's all in my head. So it's like the more that I work to, I guess, towards that body image goal, the more of those thoughts leave my brain, if that makes any sense. And it says like self-worth. I have trouble going in and out of like determining like, again, like self-worth and like self-esteem, let's say. I've always struggled with that. So one thing that I do to help my self-esteem, what is one thing? Mantras. I am strong and I am worthy. That was a recent mantra embedded into my brain a couple years ago. I am strong and I am worthy. So I say, like, again, positive mantras to help me get through the day. I might be feeling down about my image. I might be feeling down. I might just walk past the mirror and be like, oh, I wish that it wasn't that way. But then I have to remind myself, I'm strong, I'm worthy, and continue on with my day. I mean, again, I find that self-pity is is a downfall. As much as you do the self-pitying thing, you should try to redo that with like self-worshiping type thing. And again, that seems conceited. Those seems like, oh, that no. If you need that to get through your day, as I do, I gotta find myself worship. Like I gotta worship myself. Like, dang, I look good. Like I do that a lot now. I walk in the mirror, I have my shirt off, puff my chest up. I'm like, dang, I look good. So again, body image, self worth, or self esteem. I basically just counteract those with like, okay, that's how it's supposed to look. How can I make that work with having Marfan syndrome? Self esteem. I don't feel too good, or I don't feel like I'm the best looking. Nope, no, you're the best looking person in the world. This is what you're granted with, so you have to own it. So again, I do struggle with that some, but I find self worshiping is the way to go, especially when you just think that your body is not as good as the next person's. You have to worship the body that you do have, and I mean honestly, you have to live with it. That the body that you do have, unless you're gonna go out and have those surgeries, unless I'm gonna go out and have those surgeries, I have to do with what I have, and I make do. I make do. I make do with my sexy self. Again, I eat the right things. I go to the gym. I do the right exercises, and I like again. My 3-pack is coming along great. I've been doing my sit-ups, my triceps. I've been doing different building tricep exercises. My upper chest is coming in quite well. The only thing that needs probably more work is my legs, but I don't have the proper tools and I haven't joined the proper gym. But again, I counteract all those things that can be letdowns. I counter them with pick me ups. There we go. I've been let down, so I need to pick me up. I've been let down, so I need to pick me up. So I find those pick me ups, and again, like I said, mantras, researching what I have to do to get that pick me up, and watching TV. A good laugh never hurt anybody. What does anxiety look like for you or to you? So this one is interesting because I never really looked at the form of anxiety, or just looked at anxiety, or never really like classified as having anxiety. I think my first anxiety was probably like 3 weeks ago, where I just couldn't take it and I had to leave my desk and go for a walk. I had something going on at work, something going on personal, and it was just like I need to escape from here. However, what does anxiety look like? I think so let's try to make one, right? It's not necessarily a lie or anything, but like anxiety was much when I was much younger, and I think this is where it helped, right? When I was younger, I had anxiety about going to school and basically being made fun of. So I would start to wear things that would hide my form or whatever, my chest, my legs, whatever, how skinny I was. Try to hide it. Later down the road, I found that wearing some of these things helped and some of these things didn't. So this is where my wardrobe started to come together, wearing slimmer clothing to look, I guess, bigger, instead of wearing baggy clothes and they could see the skinny right through the bagginess. Like all those things started to play a part. But and the anxiety was going out in public, going to school and just being afraid to just be myself and being picked on and whatever. I think a lot of that went away as I left those mandatory crowds. Which is crazy. So that's basically like I was living like that up until I graduated college, which was from 2017. So from 2000 to the time of starting school to 2017, I was basically hiding and having anxiety that I would lose friends, having anxiety that I wouldn't have any friends, just like anything. Like, so I would do anything basically to hide myself. So basically, to get out of that, I tried to start to care less. And like I said this in another episode, being in a relationship did actually help me with that anxiety, because I would get words of encouragement about wearing certain things and just how I'm thinking in my head. But if that person liked how it looked on me, and I like that person, then it is what it is, right? So I'm go based off their judgment. And again, you shouldn't go based off anyone's judgment, but if there's one judgment you do look forward to, it is the one of your spouses, right? Of your spouse. So I can say like again, that was probably like anxiety means what scared, right? But or just being fearful of something that's going to happen. That would be about it. Like again, I didn't really care too much about anything else because that was my biggest worry at all times is how my body looks. And then again, I think that and again, I'm not recommending working out. I'm just recommending to find what works for your body if you having a problem accepting how you look. And I found that working out and wearing slimmer clothing worked for me, helped me lower that anxiety of what the public might think of me when I step out and stuff like that. Um, Talking about Marfans and therapy. Um, so what does that look like? And has it really happened? Actually, it hasn't. So I've only mentioned that I've had Marfans a couple times in therapy, and I think it'd probably be beneficial if I did mention it more times and just like mention like what it means to have it, like what I went through. But I've shared it all in this podcast, so cat's out the bag. But no, again, I'm just doing this so you guys can hear me talk. But like when I mentioned it, again, we talked about just like what does that look like? I guess the point of this point is if you need therapy to talk about what it is going on with Marfans, you should receive therapy to talk about what it is going on with you having Marfan. I had therapy. I have this podcast, and it's online. So I think those three avenues have definitely helped me to get to the point where I am at now to even do a podcast. Because again, I posted online, then I had a couple therapy sessions discussing it, and now I'm doing a podcast, which is additional therapy of just release therapy. Um, so I would recommend it if you don't feel comfortable talking to people that you do know. Sometimes it is better to talk to that person that you don't know, aka therapy, aka a stranger, aka someone that's going to give you back the judgment that you need. Not the judgment, the advice that you need. So I highly recommend it. Again, as I probably have my next couple therapy sessions, we're gonna dive more into my Marfan syndrome and just figure out why I am the way I am, and does Marfan's have anything to do with it? Do I have any self-care practices that help me? Well, first part of that question, do I have any self-care practices? Uh, my teeth, my pearly whites. If, I can honestly say that I take probably like 10 to 20 minutes on my teeth alone and getting ready in the morning. That gives me the boost of confidence because I would say like of all my father's children, um, sorry to my other brothers and sisters, we have great teeth. We have great smiles and we have great teeth. And again, we get it from our dad, but we also get Marfan syndrome from. But I take care of my teeth definitely. Like again, I have all these other extenuating Marfan syndrome traits and standouts. But my teeth have to look a certain way. So I spend like again anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, just depending if I want to do the electric brush that day. Um, yeah, I floss, rinse with a one type of rinse, brush, tongue clean, electric brush, and then I follow up with a restoring rinse for enamel and stuff like that. So yeah, it depends how I feel that day. What other routines do I have? Um, my egg making process. My egg making is definitely a self care process. I love making myself my breakfast in the morning. It's annoying sometimes, but I would honestly say like making that and then following up like 2 3 hours later with a post breakfast. I think my day to day is my self care because while I do work from home, I make sure to have a genuine feeling of some type of euphoria, let's say, throughout the day. So, what can I say? Uh, like again, wake up, breakfast, or just like get the breakfast. 3 hours later, I'm eating breakfast again. 2 hours after that, I'm eating lunch again. 1 hour after that, I'm eating a snack. Then 3, 4 hours after that, if I'm not recording, I'm probably eating again. And somewhere there should be a nap in there, but I don't like to take naps. Either I'm up all day or I'm up all night. One of the two, right? Um, but what any other like self care? Nah, I would say that my teeth, and I would think probably putting together an outfit with the clothes that I have. Like again, I wouldn't say that I'm a matchy matchy person. However, I'd like to think of what I'm gonna wear for the day. Like some days I might wear something to work, like a short outfit to my desk. Might wear it to my desk, or I don't know. I don't know. That's all I can say is probably my teeth. Or okay, there's one. I like to get my car washed a lot as possible. Sometimes I might go twice a month. Sometimes I might go once every 3 weeks. But I honestly never let my car go above 3 weeks without getting a wash. And again, that's something that makes me happy. Some that again, having a clean car is like having $1 million, right? It gives you so much confidence and there's so much happiness in the world. And again, that's ultimately like what we should search for while trying to mentally uh, cope with having Marfan syndrome, right? So those are probably the two things. What does that mental health mean to you? What does mental health mean to me? Um, not being stressed 24/7. Um, being in control of what you can control. And again, that goes with like we often like do those things or make those decisions about something and we had no control over it to begin with, and then we get mad that it didn't go our way. So I try to avoid those scenarios as much as possible. Um, but what does mental health mean to me? Basically, avoiding, not avoiding and coping with stress and stressors as they come. So again, if I'm stressed about the way I look, I have to cope with it and do something about it. Like if I can do something about it. Yeah, and I'm just gonna leave that there. That's what mental health is to me: controlling what I can't control and not being mad about the things that I can. And I think that will leave a lot of people, and me included, in a better mental health space. So controlling the things that you can't control and getting the greatest outcome that makes you happy, and not worrying about the things that you can't control and those outcomes making you unhappy. Simply put. Like it? I'm gonna applause for it. Um, talk about anything revolving around what makes you happy. Oh, what else makes me happy? Sleeping, watching TV, eating a lot of food. I might get backlash for this. No, I won't. But yeah, sleeping, watching TV, driving makes me happy. Getting my car washed. I probably said eating food already. Eating pizza. Um, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a plethora of things that make me happy. And yeah. So again, basically for this, if you're dealing with if you're feeling sad, now let's say if you're dealing with mental health issues, if you're still feeling sad about any diagnosis or disorder that you might have, that you've been diagnosed with or whatever, my I would just say, look at the things that you can do about it, and look at if any of those things make you happy, do those things. I do. It works for me. Maybe it'll work for you, right? So words of advice. Let's see. In the one life that you do have to live, in the one life that you have to live, do what makes you happy while being respectful to others. TV show quote: respect is the biggest currency. So again, as long as you're doing the thing that makes you happy and you're not disrespecting anybody while doing it, do it. Again, if they respect you for it, that's the biggest currency that you're gonna get from them. So I'll read that again. Words of advice. In the one life that you have to live, do what makes you happy while being respectful to others. TV show quote: respect is the biggest currency. So, conclusion. I hope that for everyone listening that is listening and watching finds a way to be happy with the cards they were dealt. Marfans and other disorders aren't easy. However, you have a reason and a purpose to be on this earth. And I'll say that again. Conclusion. I hope that for everyone that is listening and watching finds a way to be happy with the cards they were dealt. Marfans and other disorders aren't easy. However, you have a reason and a purpose to be on this earth. So again, if this is my purpose to be on this podcast and to tell you that you have a purpose and you got to figure it out, or don't let your disorder stop you, you've heard it here today. If not, you still have a purpose and you still deserve to be happy. So once you find that happiness and you make that a part of your day-to-day, your routine, and you can see that you're gaining happiness, you're like attraction of happiness from what you're doing, and you see your mental health is steadily getting better, you're on a good track. Signing off, however, shout outs. Like I said, shout out to my friends. They just had their wedding. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my friends that are having their weddings in a couple of weeks. That's all I got for now. How to reach me. Again, all my stuff will be in the description of the video, of the podcast, or whether you're listening or watching or both. I would still love for you to subscribe to all platforms. Watch and listen on any platform. And keep me in tune. Comment. I know that on my Spotify channel I have interactive polls, there's going to be a poll attached to this one. There's polls attached to all my other previous podcasts that have been posted. You can leave a comment, leave a review, 5 stars hopefully. And again, reach out to me, DM me if there's anything that you do want me to talk about, anything that or if you want to be featured on the podcast, we could probably make that happen too. So yeah, just let me know. Comments, DMs, that's what all those things are there for, to reach out to me, to reach me. And of course, just let me know, and then we can figure it out from there. So yeah, subscribe, repost, and click the bell if you're on YouTube. I think that's all I have to say for this episode. So again, I hope that everyone is in a good mental health space. I hope that you are doing things that are bringing you happiness and not sadness. I hope that you're laughing and smiling at least 5 times every day. And yeah, I wish you the best. With that being said, this is Eli, the Marfan homie, and I'm signing off. Peace.